September 10, 2025, Hawaii Board of Chiropractic meeting. We're gonna start our board meeting today. 10:01. Play the video.
Virtual board meeting. When the meeting begins momentarily, the chair will take a roll call, explain any specific rules for this particular board, and then move to public comment. The name of the board member will appear on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. For instance, this is board member Y, and this is board member E. Public testimony will be accepted at the beginning of the meeting and before each agenda item. You can indicate that you are ready to testify by clicking on the Raise Hand button being circled by the mouse on your screen now. At the appropriate time, the board will recognize you to speak and ask you to unmute your mic as shown here. Again, public testimony will be accepted at the beginning of the meeting and before each agenda item. Public attendees will not be able to unmute their microphone until recognized by the board. Public attendees who are recognized to testify will be asked to identify themselves by name and their affiliated organization if applicable. Please mute your microphone when you are finished speaking as a courtesy to others and members of the board. Public attendees will not be able to unmute themselves after the testimony is completed unless recognized again after raising their hand. At some point during the meeting, the board may choose to move into executive session. When the board moves into executive session, the board members' microphones and video feeds will be turned off, and a similar screen as you see now will be displayed. When the board returns from executive session, their microphones will be turned on as well as their video cameras. Welcome again to the Professional and Vocational Licensing Virtual Board Meeting. At this time, the chair will call the meeting to order and take a roll call, as well as explain any additional rules that may be specific to this board.
Okay, can you folks hear me?
Yes. We're gonna read the internet access. Would you like to read it, Dr.?
I think I have in the past, but I don't know if I have it. Is that the one that is it on the agenda?
And then the internet access and phone access.
Oh, okay. Either one. You can read it. I can read it. Doesn't matter.
I will have Ezra read it then.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, so for internet access, to view the meeting and provide live oral testimony, please use the link at the top of the agenda. You'll be asked to enter your name. The board requests that you enter your full name, but you may use a pseudonym or other identifier if you wish to remain anonymous. You'll be asked for an email address. You may fill in this field with any entry in an email format, including something@somethingmail.com. Microphone will be automatically muted. When the chairperson asks for public testimony, you may click the raise hand button found on your Zoom screen to indicate that you wish to testify about that agenda item. The chairperson will individually enable each testifier to unmute their microphone. When recognized by the chairperson, please unmute your microphone before speaking and mute your microphone after you finish speaking. Phone access. If you cannot get internet access, you may get audio-only access by calling the Zoom phone number listed at the top of the agenda. Upon dialing the number, you will be prompted to enter the meeting ID, which is also listed at the top of the agenda. After entering the meeting ID, you will be asked to either enter your panelist number or wait to be admitted into the meeting. You will not have a panelist number, so please wait until you are admitted. The chairperson asks for public testimony. You may indicate you want to testify by entering asterisk and then 9 on your phone's keypad. After entering asterisk and then 9, a voice prompt will let you know that the host of the meeting has been notified. When recognized by the chairperson, you may unmute yourself by pressing asterisk and then 6 on your a voice prompt will let you know that you are unmuted. Once you are finished speaking, please enter asterisk and then 6 again to unmute yourself. For both internet and phone access, when testifying, you will be asked to identify yourself and the organization, if any, that you represent. Each testifier will be limited to 5 minutes of testimony per agenda item. If connection to the meeting is lost for more than 30 minutes, the meeting will be continued on a specified date and time. This information will be provided on the board's website.
And if the board members could leave the camera on,
Okay,
or that'd be great.
sure. We'll call the meeting to order. And I'll take a roll call. Let's see, who is here? I'll just go on the list from the top down. Dr. Ogawa, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
And Jean Kaloa
Yes, I'm here.
and Teresa Hernandez
Yes, I'm here.
and Dr. Klein.
Present.
Was that a
Present.
present? Okay, I'm here. Cool. All right, so first,
Before
go-
we proceed, we gotta confirm that all of you are alone.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm alone.
I'm alone.
I'm alone.
Yes, I'm alone.
I'm in a public space, but I have headphones on, so no one can hear anything.
Thank you.
Okay, first item on the agenda is approval of the January 15th, 2025 executive session meeting minutes. Are there any changes to those minutes? If nobody's saying, I'll motion we accept the executive session minutes from last meeting. I need a second.
I'll second that.
Okay, second by Dr. Gawa. All those in favor say aye, and I'll just do
I,
Dr. Ogawa. Okay. So Jeannie, aye, Dr. Ogawa, aye, Teresa,
Hi.
okay, and Dr. Klein.
I'm abstaining because I wasn't present.
Oh, well, you can read. Okay.
I mean, it looked good, but I don't know if that's what happened.
Oh, good. You're always good at picking out the stuff. Okay, then that motion carries. We accept the executive session minutes from January 15, 2025. Next one is open session minutes from January 15th. Any changes or comments? Okay, I'll make a motion. We accept the open session meeting minutes of January 15th. Is there a second? Don't speak at once. I know it's been a while. Come on, need a second, you guys.
I still am learning this, so if I can second, I'll second.
Absolutely, you can second it.
I'm sorry, it's been a while.
Okay, motion and seconded to accept the minutes. All those in favor say aye. I say aye. Dr. Ogawa.
I,
Who is that? Jean?
uh-huh.
And Jeannie, right? Or Jean?
Jean is fine.
Okay, I don't see an IE, so I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. And Teresa
Hi.
and Dr. Klein.
I am abstaining because I was not present.
All righty, motion carries. Minutes are accepted. Okay, so now we're going to 3 applications for licensure. And since it's been so long, I forget, how do we go into executive session? Is that just a recess or is that executive session, or do we need to vote on that, Mr. Andrew?
Yes. Vote to go in executive session, please.
I'm sorry?
Please vote to go into executive session.
Oh, okay. I motion we go into executive session to discuss application. I need a second.
I second the motion.
Okay, Jeannie seconds.
I'm sorry.
All those, what?
I'm sorry. Can we go back for a second?
Oh, where are we going? Oh, you saw something?
I just noticed in the January 15th executive session minutes that it says that I seconded something on the bottom of page 2B. And so
Okay.
that must be a typo because I wasn't there, so it must have been somebody else.
Oh, yeah, you were present on that day.
No,
Well, I
Unlisted as present.
I
Oh.
could find the minutes, but it'd take me a couple of
I'm
minutes.
sorry, I didn't
Anybody have-
notice until
Oh, okay,
No.
sorry.
Where are you pointing to?
The
In the
regular-
executive
Okay,
session
there we go.
minutes at the
2B.
bottom of page 2B,
Seconded by
or
Vice Chair.
page 3. Yeah.
Okay, we will make a correction.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
So are you, I mean, as long as we're talking about it, are you on the regular minutes for the
No,
open session? You're missing on that?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
listed as excused.
Okay, cool. All right, good call. See? There's a reason why you still have to chime in.
Sorry, I didn't notice sooner.
No problem. All right, so we have a motion that's been seconded to move into executive session. All those in favor say aye. I'll say aye. I don't know if we already did this yet.
aye.
Jeannie says aye. Dr. Ogawa,
Aye.
Dr. Klein,
I
and Teresa.
Aye.
All right, we're in executive session. I guess you got to close the door and all that fun stuff. Okay, now we're back. It looks like the same thing to me. Okay, so somebody other than me should make a motion on this young lady or young, is this it's a lady, right?
Yes.
Here we go. Yeah, I would think it's a lady. I thought I saw somewhere in that reading that they said it was a he or something, but okay. Somebody want to make a motion to accept her?
I make an motion to accept Shireen Toscano's application to Hawaii Chiropractic Board.
All right. And gosh, oh, here we go. And that was Jean.
Yes,
And I'll second that. Okay. Any other discussion? If there isn't any, then all those in favor say aye. Go ahead, Elise.
Aye. Aye.
And let's see, Teresa
Aye.
and Dr. Klein.
Aye.
That was an aye. Okay. And I said aye. I'm saying aye. Okay, motion carries. Next thing. Sorry, I have a couple screens going, but I am in the boondocks. Okay, so next thing is the ratification of issued license. See the attached list. I think I have that list. No, I don't. Let's see. Shucks. Uh, shucks. Um, okay, I'm sorry. I got my tablet going and all this other stuff trying to find the list here. Share in a folder. Okay. Hopefully it still lets me open it. Okay, here we go. Ratification list. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there's a bunch of them. I'll just read them, starting from the top. Blake L. Roush. These are folks that have gotten a license and we're just ratifying them. Shane Visser, Olivia Jean Gomez, Mark E. Haas, Jared Pucana Quitoles, Zachary David Branning, Joseph Carboni, Calden Maxwell, Anna Paula Facinato Campos. Dristan A. Myers, Alexa M. Smith, Ryan T. Myers, Anaya Christensen, Ralph R. Sawyer, Selena Waara, and Nathan Waara. All right, so I'll motion we accept these folks as I read them for licensing in the state of Hawaii. I need a second.
I second the motion.
Jean, you are on it. Thank you very much. All those in favor say aye. Dr. Ogawa,
Aye.
Dr. Klein,
Aye.
Jean,
Aye.
Teresa,
Aye.
and myself. Aye. Okay. Juggling some more. Okay, ratification of continuing education courses. See attached list. And we don't read them anymore, right? Aren't they just automatically approved because they met the criteria?
Yeah, I
Is that
mean,
right?
you'll vote to approve it, but you don't need to read it out loud.
Oh, good. Good. I'll motion that we approve the CE credits. I just need a second.
I can second.
Of course you can. Seconded by Teresa. All those in favor say aye. Dr. Ogawa.
Aye.
The order change. Okay, Jean,
Aye.
Teresa,
Aye.
Dr. Klein,
Aye.
and myself. Aye. Okay. Let's see, what's next? New business, delegation to executive officer. The board will consider whether it will delegate to its executive officer the authority to approve certain prior convictions on its behalf to expedite the application process. Okay, I have that list. And I think we did this before for a few things as they came up over the years, like first DUI, stuff like that. So the list is, to just automatically, it says, for board consideration, would the board like to delegate to the EO approval of prior convictions from applicants that meet the following criteria? Only one conviction on record, no felony conviction. Applicant has complied, nothing outstanding, e.g. probation, fine, etc., with court sanctions / fines, etc. Conviction not within 5 years of the date of the application received. Traffic violations include speeding, parking, driving without or with expired license, not wearing seatbelt, failure to stop at stop sign, failure to lead right away, following too closely.
So perhaps we can go into executive session and then I can, provide my legal advice on this topic for you guys.
Okay, that sounds good there.
Then why don't we also go to executive session for 5B as well? Talk
Right.
about the advisory committee members.
Oh,
And
sure.
Right.
Okay.
it'll be
Okay.
under 92-5A4 to consult with the board's attorney and A6 to consider sensitive matters related to public safety or security. And you guys can make that motion.
Okay. A motion, we go into executive session. Need a second.
I second the motion.
That was Jean, I think.
Yes.
I got your voice down. All those in favor say aye. Dr. Ogawa,
Aye.
Dr. Klein, you came in a different order again. Jean,
Aye.
Teresa,
Aye.
and myself. We're in executive session. You can close the door.
What happened? What just happened? Hmm.
Okay, are we all here? Looks like we're all here. Okay, cool. We're back in regular session. There are no guests. Oh, that was interesting. So we are going to defer the list for the EO automatic approval until next meeting. And I'll make a motion that we accept the RICO, what's this called? The RICO Advisory Committee member appointees, the three that were listed. And I need a second if there's a second.
So I'm sorry, you're grouping it together?
So no, we deferred
sorry.
we deferred the EO list till next meeting. And
Okay.
now I
Oh,
made a
got it. Okay,
to
sorry.
accept that's okay. Made a motion to accept the advisory committee that we were discussing, the three Kairos.
Got it.
Yeah, so I make a motion that we accept all three.
I second the motion.
Okay, Jeannie seconds. If there's no other discussion, all those in favor say aye, and that would be Dr. Ogawa. Uh-oh, are we missing? Where'd you go? There you are. Elise, are you there?
Oh, the auto had
Oh, okay.
stopped me.
That's
Okay,
okay.
yes, sorry.
Okay, and Dr. Klein, you are abstaining?
Yes.
Or I think we're missing.
We're missing one. Just a second.
It states
Oh,
that
yeah, I
all
see it.
people are-
Okay.
Just not
Oh,
shown.
here, okay.
Okay.
Okay, and Jean
Aye.
and Teresa,
Aye.
and I say aye. Okay, motion carries. Okay,
Did Dr. Klein did you vote?
no, she abstained because
Abstain.
because of her dad,
Okay.
which is absolutely understandable. Okay, where are we? We are now at the executive officer report.
Oh, this is just for the update, so what happened to those bills? I put it together, so everybody had a chance to review it, I guess.
Yeah, if I recall, the only bill that passed was the sexual assault automatic revocation one. The
Yeah.
sex crimes. That's just an update for you guys.
Okay,
See that one pass.
okay, so is that it for that agenda item?
Yes.
All right, so next is, wow, do we even get to do this? The draft rule amendments? Okay, we're on number 7, draft rule amendments. Okay, where are we? I gotta get back here. Okay, so, wow, it's been such a long time. I don't even know where we left off.
We're going into 6 now.
I'm sorry?
They just move it 6, they started 7.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. If you, I don't know if you guys wanna, how you wanna tackle it, if you wanna just start from the beginning and see if you guys have any issues with it.
Okay,
Approve it.
I'm just trying to find it. Aye. While I'm trying to look for the thing, anybody have any comments on the rules? Rachel, I know you always do. Not to put you on the spot.
My only comment is this is such a difficult and important thing that I keep saying we should have a meeting just for this so that we're not
Right.
exhausted of talking about other things by the time we get to it, because it's really
Right.
important.
It always seems like that's the case, doesn't it?
And it always seems to be pushed to the very end.
Yeah, for sure.
Were these revisions ones that you guys have been working on over time? Is this from your personal revisions?
We have been working on this for like 3 years.
Ah, okay.
And it's very frustrating because it's a really important thing and we keep not being able to really move forward with it.
Right.
Yeah, it's been totally frustrating. We were pretty close and then it just keeps, you know,
3 years
like,
is an underestimation, actually.
yeah, I think so.
More like 6 years.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
So-
I did read through it all, you know, with what you guys had, it looks like deleted and then added. So of course, with just my limited knowledge, things looked good with what you were sort of clarifying. Looks like you were clarifying some things and taking out like things that were either redundant or didn't, you know, or were corrected. Are you saying you didn't get through the whole body of this? Is that what?
Yeah, well, we've been pretty close. We've kind of come up to a couple, there's one or two places. I think that's the only there that we've had a little bit of a stumbling block on trying to agree with what should be included and what shouldn't be. I think we're in general agreement for majority of it, except for just like the automatic approval for CE credits type of a thing.
Well, and the other thing is that last time we talked about pretty extensively the education requirements. We didn't make any changes, but I think we should, based on the information that we were given by the CCE people.
If we're going to start from the beginning, it's going to take a while.
Well, I just think we shouldn't disregard that because it is a really important thing because there was that case in Florida where it became an issue. And so we should fix if we're making changes anyway, now's the time to fix that so that we
Right.
don't have an issue going forward
Okay.
at some point in the future. So
if we're scrolling,
I don't think this is a simple discussion.
right.
Mhm.
I'm scrolling through this. I don't see anything on page 2, page 3. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, if you're following me. I'm on 76-4. I don't see any issues there. On page 5. Are you guys going through this with me? On page 5, I don't see anything. I mean, there's a lot of scratch outs and blue and red and stuff. That's stuff we've gone through all of this stuff. I don't think that's much of an issue. Correct me if I'm wrong. We took out the preceptor thing because if I'm on page 6, because I think Andrew at the time thought it would have to be more of a statutory change than a rules change to redefine the definition. That's how we took that out. Page 7, I don't see anything. I don't see anything on 8. I don't see anything on 9. On 10, this 16-76-10, notwithstanding any rule as provided, the board may participate in the chiropractic information network. That's the thing called Sinbad. I don't see any issues. Applicants for chiropractic shall submit a self-query report from the chiropractic information. Board may require, yeah, I think we're all in agreement with that, right? On page 10 to 11. Anybody have anything with that? The Sinbad thing?
Didn't we discuss making sure it included NPDB Like,
Included what? I'm sorry.
it included NPDB as well. But that's in B, but not C.
NP, okay. Oh, the National Practitioner Data Bank. What was
Right, so like, if Sinbad becomes unavailable, are they required to provide a self-query from MPDB or something else?
Applicant shall, it says, if the Chiropractic Information Network Board Action Data Bank self-query report is no longer issued, the board may require a self-query report from another board-approved licensing or background data bank services. Does that answer your question, or?
Right, but so then the board, in A, it says the board is going to share information with Sinbad, but it doesn't include NPDB.
I mean, B includes NPDB. It says applicants or chiropractors shall submit a self-report for
Right,
Sinbad and NPDB. But you're saying that we need
I'm
to
saying,
add,
should the board also be reporting, or do they already report to NPDB by default?
I have no idea.
If they have a settlement agreement or force finer order was approved by the board, it goes to OAH, and the OAH is sent to MPDB EO. So I'm currently in charge of it, so I put it in MPDB data bank.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
I'm just kind of proofreading through that. Federation, okay. Pay the costs, self-query should be considered confidential. Okay. Any issues with the rest of that language in 76-10, 76-11 at the top? The next thing would be on page 13, 76-13. We scratched out. That's the preceptor thing. That's okay. Next one is on page 15, 76-15. This is when we're changing it to 30 credit hours. We're still okay with that? Are you guys there?
Mhm.
I know, 30 credit hours. We've kind of hashed that. I think that's fine. The next page that has things we need to discuss is on page 76-21. That's the 30 credit hours again. And then 15 credit hours for 1 year. And then
credit hours, what?
15 if it's only like 1 year.
Oh, okay,
You know what I mean? If they're
right,
they're getting licensed in
yeah.
half the time, whatever. So then it's 76-21 at the bottom. Continuing education credit for chiropractors providing assistance. Chiropractors who provide assistance as requested from a nonprofit. Oh, no, okay, this is the national board thing. The board with, okay, cool. That just basically says if you do the part 4 or 3 or whatever, then you can get credit with the letter. That's fine. Please correct me if you guys see anything that I'm glossing over. At the bottom of 22. Okay, that just lists. Are we okay, still okay with the bottom of 76-22, the red? Just kind of outlining what's good for CE credits. Which I don't see that's gonna make a huge difference. Any comments on that section? Okay, at the bottom of 23, that's the quarter hour things. So any combination of on-site and distance. Okay, that's good. Okay.
Or the, on the top
Go
of,
ahead.
on the top of 76-23, you added 3 documentation. Is that, are you guys satisfied with that? Broad.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? Oh,
uh,
number
says
3.
Number 3, documentation and ethics and professional boundaries.
Those aren't those just suggestions?
I mean, you know, you guys are saying that they can take these programs if it's related to documentation. So I'm
Right.
wondering if you guys wanna, if you guys are okay with that language, if it's just broadly documentation, or if you guys wanna say documentation protocol for chiropractic offices. I'm just making stuff up, but it's up to the board.
Well, I mean, the way I would read it is documentation, which is documentation for our profession. You know, that's clinical notes. It's documenting the patient encounter, basically, and all the other stuff that goes with it.
You could do documentation, e.g., clinic patient records, uh, billing, or you could do examples after documentation.
Yeah, good. I mean, I think I don't know
How
about
about
anybody else.
documentation for
What's that?
chiropractic offices?
Uh, yeah, you could do that.
Or just medical documentation.
Medical,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good one. We can do that. Medical documentation.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I personally, I don't think we need to change it, but we can always add something, medical documentation, chiropractic documentation, clinical documentation. I don't, anybody see the need to add something in there? I don't, but that's okay. That doesn't mean anything.
I think it only adds to clarification, maybe,
Sure.
clarification purposes.
So anybody want to add something in there? Did I take the silence as a no?
Medical documentation?
Eh,
I don't know.
I mean, I think documentation speaks for itself. I mean, I don't know. If you're a chiropractor and you're talking about documentation, you should know what that means. If you don't, if you don't, then yikes, that scares me. Um, so I'm okay just leaving it. I mean, anybody else, if somebody feels like they want to add something, this is the time to do it. Okay, we're gonna skip that then. Uh, okay, down at the bottom, let's see. Can you licensees may satisfy the continued through any combination of, oh, okay, okay. I'm okay with that. Everybody's okay with 23? And this is where, and this next section is the one I think that we've had some of the stumbling blocks. Um, and so that is 16-76-41. And basically it's except as provided in the section, programs sponsored by the following are automatically approved. This list is the list of CE credits that are automatically approved. All nonprofit nationally recognized chiropractic associations such as Federation of such as the Federation of Licensing Board, National Board of Chiropractic Examiners. But that statement, though, all nonprofit nationally recognized chiropractic associations, that would also include the ICA, ACA, like that too, right? Because nationally recognized, because they are chiropractic associations. I guess the Federation Licensing Board and the National Board, they're not really chiropractic associations, right? I mean, they're boards. So I'm not sure that's written properly. Anybody else have a comment
Maybe
on
just
that?
change it to organizations.
Yeah, I think the associations kind of give it, I mean, which is fine. We can say that if you want, nationally recognized chiropractic association. So would that mean that state associations aren't nationally recognized? The only nationally recognized things would be ACA, ICA.
Well, right, it's not phrased correctly because then it goes on to list the FCLB and NBCE as examples. Those aren't associations.
Right.
So it should list, right, such as ACA and ICA, but we didn't want those on there. So the chiropractic associations is what's wrong with it. It just needs to say chiropractic organizations or something like that.
Is it easy to tell what are nationally recognized chiropractic organizations? Is that like something that's just like anybody can be like, oh, that's one, obviously? Because if it's confusing, then
Well, no, I think
I think it's
I'm just
confusing.
looking at the word association, because like we have the Hawaii State Chiropractic Association. It's a volunteer thing. It's not a thing, but it's a different from a board. So I think we should change that language on that number one and just
Well,
you could just say
and also the NBCE is not a nonprofit, right? It's a for-profit corporation, isn't it?
that I'm not sure.
It is nonprofit,
It is?
yes.
Okay.
They're the richest nonprofit I've ever seen.
Uh, really? Have you been to Rome and been to the Vatican? Okay. I, yeah, no more questions after that.
But these are just, I mean, we're only listing actual organizations that offer classes that are
Right.
approved to
Right.
be a CE class, right? So
Right.
this list actually should be pretty easy, right? Because you're not going to list anything that doesn't even offer a class.
Right. So what we need to do for the Federation and the National Board is so that when we as board members go and attend these things, we can get credit for it. That's
Oh,
basically
got
the
it,
way
got
that's
it,
set up.
got it.
So I think we should just, instead of saying associations, you can say chiropractic organizations such as Federation. Is that okay? Or what do you think? What do you guys think? Do you
I'm
guys?
just wondering, I just want to know, if you say organizations, you're saying, is it clear what a nationally recognized organization is? Because they're going to be automatically approved. That means like
Mhm.
you can just like they don't need to come to the board to ask for
Right.
approval through a
Right.
sponsor agreement. They can just automatically approve. So is that language?
Oh, okay, so then let's just take out and just say number one starts with Federation of Chiropractic Licensing Board and National Board of Chiropractic Examiners. Just put that in there and delete the all nonprofit nationally organized recognized chiropractic
Right.
associations and just number one just starts with Federation of Chiropractic Licensing Board and National Board. How about we just do that? And then there's no doubt.
Yes, right.
So are you guys okay with that? Or you're in deep thought there, Dr. Klein.
I'm fine with that.
You what?
I'm okay with that.
Okay. if everybody's okay with that, let's just do that. Let's just scratch all nonprofit nationally organized, recognized chiropractic associations, comma, such as the, and then just put Federation of Chiropractic Licensing Board, National Board for number one. And then number two, all nonprofit state recognized chiropractic associations.
Are
I
those
think
easily identifiable?
I'm sorry.
No,
Are those easily identifiable, all nonprofit state recognized chiropractic associations?
no, I don't think so.
I think they are.
Do you think? That's not gonna include some, as long as it doesn't include some off the wall association who just says,
Well, each state has one association.
Pretty much. Some have more than one, but I
and they offer classes that you would go to another state to get a class.
oh no, they sponsor a
Oh,
seminar
events,
here,
events.
or they do online sponsorship of something.
Oh, got it.
Some state associations get a oh, I don't want to use the word kickback. Uh, they make money off of these things sometimes,
Mm,
but the nonprofit is the key. They're not for profit.
mhm. So they
I'm
offer like an event? You can attend
so,
an event and then you can self-report that you went to this event and learned
if
whatever.
if it's automatically approved, then yeah, you could.
Oh, gotcha.
But I mean, I'd say since COVID, geez, I mean, they still have in-person seminars, but I imagine the virtual ones are way more attended than the in-person ones these days.
Mm,
I don't know. I haven't been to one. I haven't been to one for years. That used to be the only way to get it. So I'm okay with that sentence. Everybody's um, and then educational institutions accredited by the Council on Chiropractic Education. Okay, that sounds okay. Hawaii State Chiropractic Association is that a redundant thing? Because wouldn't that be under all nonprofit state recognized chiropractic associations?
good.
HSCA? Specifically the Hawaii State Chiropractic Association? Right?
Number two, the way you guys are making that is not all nonprofit. I mean, like every state in the United States, not just the state of Hawaii.
Mm.
Right,
Right. Okay.
right. So that would include the state of Hawaii if we keep that language,
Yeah. I think,
right?
well, it might as well be clear, even if it's a little redundant.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No problemo. Okay, let's see. Wow, that list got really short. I remember it being quite long before.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not happy with how many things were taken off of it.
Well, I think, I mean,
That was the whole contentious point, right? Is that I wanted all these things and then we took some of them off and now all of a sudden it seems like we've taken most of them off.
Well, we wanted to simplify it and make it very clear.
Mhm.
yeah, and
It looks like you streamlined it to, so for me, this is just me as a public member, the CE courses, I would imagine for a chiropractor would be only geared to chiropractic. That's just me as a public member. So that's what it looks like that happened. It looked like it looks like it just streamlined it to say your CE courses are only geared toward chiropractic. All other classes would be voluntary. That's what it looks like.
Right.
Well, that's why all the other things came out, but the reason that we put them in the first place is that I was like, as a primary care physician in the state of Hawaii, does a chiropractor not need to know about all of the facets of medicine? Do they not, it does not make sense for them to, take a class on any aspect of medicine that came from another organization like the AMA or the Hawaii State Naturopathic group, whatever they're
Mhm.
called. It doesn't make sense to me to parse out chiropractic as this subset and say only these organizations that teach medical CMEs count, because the medical CMEs that these other organizations teach are just as valid for chiropractors as something that's taught by chiropractors. In fact, some of them are better, frankly. So I really think that some of these other organizations should still be included.
And remember, this does not say you cannot take those courses, because you can. You can take,
Right.
they just need to get approved.
No, it
They're
just
just not
makes it a lot more
automatically
difficult. And so like, especially the ones that are in the state of Hawaii, people are, like if we approve, Hawaii Medical Association and Hawaii Society of Naturopathic Physicians and whatever, osteopathic association, then people, DCs are likely to be able to go to those conferences because it's already pre-approved. And it's not that they couldn't go, but they're less likely to do it if there's a bunch of extra steps.
Yeah, I see that, but and again, I think that's why we brought this up back when we scratched some of these things out, whereas it doesn't preclude you from doing it. It just not automatically approved. Um,
Well, and also
it-
like the ACA got taken off. And I think we had conversation about ACA and ICA and like why we were including the ACA but not the ICA.
right.
And so maybe that's why we took off the ACA, but that seems like a huge organization to leave off,
Yeah, I think the issue is, like case, well, that we're in public thing, so we can't really mention names. But just, being a chiropractor for a long time in Hawaii back in the day when it was a super straight state, and the majority of chiropractors that practiced here were ICA chiropractors. It has gotten switched because there's just so many more now. But, I mean, back in the day, you had, it's just, I can see where this can rub people the wrong way in a sense. Not that that's something we should be concerned about, but kind of.
I mean, I completely understand it. I'm just saying that we should be aware that we took off the ACA.
Right, and we took off the ICA, which some people
Well, we never
say
put the ICA
if we
on.
if we put ACA on, we should have ICA,
Right.
right?
Well, and I, I mean, so that's, I don't know, something that we've discussed back and forth. The other
Right.
thing that I think we should absolutely be including the naturopathic physicians. And the reason I think that is because basically everything that they do is the same as what chiropractors do scope wise, except that there are things that they do that are out of chiropractic scope. But they're going to have excellent classes on nutrition. They're going to have excellent classes on dietetics. They're going to have excellent classes on manipulation.
Oh.
And it seems foolish to not automatically approve those classes because the two professions are so aligned as far as how they practice medicine. The classes are the same. Even if you look at the schools, all of the schools that have ND and DC programs educate those students together in the same classrooms for a significant part of the program. There's like 3 schools that do that. And then the other thing that I think we have to consider is the AMA. I know that there's all this history with the AMA,
Yeah.
but like I gave the example last time we talked about this of like using up to date. I use up to date for all of my, looking things up, medical education stuff. If I have a patient that walks in the door and I don't know what's going on with them, I'm looking it up on up to date. If I think I want to test them for rheumatoid arthritis, I'm looking up how to test them on up to date. What are the tests I should run and whatever. So, and when you have an account with up to date, it's associated with the AMA. And so every time I read an article on there, it automatically tracks that I'm doing X amount, to 5 hours or whatever of CME, however long it took me to read that article, right? And that none of that kind of credit that people can get for doing education on their own would count if we don't approve the AMA.
But that doesn't mean you can't take those courses and get,
It kind of,
I mean, I have a hard time with the AMA. I was going to school around that time
I know.
with Wilk and all that kind of stuff. So it's, that part is,
But to me, that's us holding a grudge as a profession.
And this is,
Because-
and this is strictly for license renewal.
Right.
Right, but
Mhm.
those
It's very-
hours on like an up to date won't count because there is no way to apply for them to be approved because you have to apply 45 days before the CE event or whatever. And so if somebody is just
Well-
reading articles and getting credit that way, those credits can't be applied for.
But aren't we changing that later on where you can,
I don't know, are we?
there isn't a 45-day thing. It's something where you could actually even apply after you've taken a course for approval, right?
Well, I think if we make that change, that's significant because then those kinds of articles and stuff can be submitted.
Right. I
Um,
have a
Oh, I'm
real hard
sorry.
time with the AMA though. I really have a hard time with that because it's yeah.
But my question
I
is
just-
there anything that they would teach that would be?
Oh, sure. It's not that I don't have a problem with, I don't have a problem taking a course from them. But to automatically give them carte blanche to just everything, what if there's an approval for CE credits on how to get rid of chiropractors like they did? I mean, it's holy shit. Excuse my French. I mean, that's what happened back in the day, right? I mean, okay, just a little history for you guys. There was a lawsuit that Wilk et al. Lawsuit that basically accused the AMA of systematically trying to undo the entire chiropractic profession. I mean, get rid of every practicing chiropractor in the United States. That's what their mission was. They had a committee. If you were an AMA member, you could not associate with a chiropractor. You could not be friends with a chiropractor. If you were a radiologist and an AMA member, you could not accept patients for radiology studies. You could not provide reports. You could not release x-rays for people. When I first moved here, there were tons of doctors. I could not send somebody for an x-ray. I had to take them myself. And they wouldn't read your reports. They wouldn't read your x-rays. I mean, I kind of went through the back door, but anyway, that's a whole nother story. So it was a big deal. And so they were found guilty, and then it went all the way to the whatever Superior Court or whatever, like 1991 or 92. It took that long. It took something like 18 years or something for this thing to go through. And they found the AMA was guilty. They systematically had committees to get rid of chiropractors. So that's going to be a hard sell for me to put the AMA on here as automatic approval for CE credits. And that's just my
Yeah.
experience.
I
Anyway.
had just one thought. This is in my very limited understanding, so you can correct me very quickly if I'm wrong, but from what I've know a little bit of that even though there's the chiropractic field as whole, there are still schools that have different methods that they teach and different things, some believe that they refer outside to other doctors, maybe some that would like to treat everything with chiropractic. And yet, with that differences in some schools, you still can get a chiropractic license and practice chiropractic. So if that's the case in the field of chiropractic, then to find classes for CE classes for your license, I would imagine you'd have to sort of gear the rules and the classes towards the more common ground of chiropractic education and knowledge that the people get through the schools. So, because otherwise you'd be going with one school's thought against another school's thought instead of just finding what the common core of all chiropractic chiropractors have to learn to become a chiropractor.
Well,
Um,
this is continuing education, so it's not really like that.
uh,
Like, so like people can choose to take this class or that class, and so if the type of chiropractic they do or the school they trained at is more focused on one thing or another, then they just don't choose classes that don't align with that.
Gotcha. All right. And so, gotcha. So, and then the other thought that I had was like, for instance, for CE courses for your license, usually like for in the real estate field, which of course that's the one I'm knowledgeable about, we have the courses set through certain providers, and that's it. There's no other option. So you kind of just take those courses just to, you pick the ones that you want, like you were saying, and for the license, but we still do other research and education throughout the whole time of our career. So,
Yeah.
still looking up research, still attending the seminars or classes, research, looking up stats and all of those sort of things. That's still an ongoing thing, even though we know that there's not going to be, you could take one or you could take 50. It's not going to change the courses that you still need for CE courses. So this, and I think because people are used to it, they just know, hey, I better start going on my classes and start picking some and, taking them and adding up the amounts. Like I don't think that is uncommon to only take a class to renew your license. And yet, and as we know, there's going to be some people who, who study all year round and are educating themselves and going for everything. And you're going to have the some that just say, I'm only going to do my CE courses. Like, we already know that that's common in human behavior, that there's going to be those that want to be more educated and those that are okay with where they're at. So like I was saying, I think for common practice, professional people are not unaccustomed to just taking a course just to renew their license, like like a specific. So I think that that's common. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, I think if you just say these are the courses you can take to CE for your license, I think people understand that, even if it's limited. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah,
Just
you know,
throwing out my thoughts.
the educational requirements for all chiropractors, that's pretty standard. Like what Dr. Klein was saying, these are just to keep your license up. These are continuing ed classes that you can take. And, nothing stops you from taking classes that don't get approval or that
Right.
you might need to apply for approval. It's just this section that we're on is just the ones that get automatic approval without any questions asked. Um,
Well, I
and you're
think
right, a lot of people just don't go ahead.
I was gonna say I think the 45-day thing is a real issue, and so if we
I
fix
think,
that, then I think that we can be okay with a smaller list here.
okay.
Like
We definitely need to fix that. We need to be able to go to a seminar and then apply for it and try to get credit for it if there's a way to do that. I thought that that's later on in this thing. I haven't looked at these things for a long time. Okay, so what you're saying is you're okay with the current list as it is?
I don't love it, but I
Oh, I
would
know you
like
don't.
us to finally move forward.
Yeah,
So
that would be nice. Okay. I'm okay with what it is. Okay, wow, we're on B now. Who are not listed in the subsection seeking budget? Okay, this is taking me a little bit longer to read this next stuff.
Well, doctor was saying that to change the one part where it says to approve a class, I don't see where that is.
To do what?
She said to have an approval for a class that might be outside the, oh wait, maybe this is where it is.
Sorry, I need to be excused for a minute.
Okay.
Sponsors. The program's fun. Okay, so this is a 45-day thing, this number B, it scratches out the 45 days.
Oh, gotcha.
And
Okay.
it basically says, sponsors who
I'm
are
sorry.
listed, I'm sorry?
I don't know where you are, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's on 76-25, number B, it's in blue. It says sponsors who are not listed in subsection A, which is the automatically approved list, seeking the board's approval for continuing educational programs for license renewal in the state shall provide the board with a program sponsor agreement for continuing education and all documenting information required by the board and an application fee. And it deletes the 45-day requirement.
But that's different from that's for the program sponsors.
Right.
There's also
So-
the requirement somewhere in here for or the possibility for licensees to submit.
I think so. I think I thought I remember that we put something in there to let individual licensed doctors, because we've had so many people take courses and they weren't approved and then they got left out or they got some RICO thing going on or whatever. I mean, okay. So basically it says that if you're not on the list, you still have to apply for credit.
Oh, it says here, C says the board may approve at its discretion any continuing education credits that are otherwise not approved by this chapter. Does that mean an individual class?
I guess that would allow an individual to submit,
I
right?
think, I think,
Sounds like an Andrew question.
yeah, I think the board needs to, like, that rule to me is basically saying the rules apply unless we say it doesn't. I mean, I think you guys would have to give the public some sort of guideline on how they're gonna submit an application to the board to get a CE approved, because right now, like, if I read this as a public member, I would have no idea, like, what's the process of getting my CE approved of my class, so I think the board should have some sort, similar to how sponsors can get their stuff approved with B. There should be some sort of protocol, doesn't have to be the most detailed, but some sort of protocol on how a individual will get their CE approved.
Right.
Okay, so if you look at the next page though, under D, a program sponsor agreement, documentary information application fee shall be provided to the board no more than 90 days after the date of the program. So that allows up to 3 months after a program to submit a program sponsor agreement. I'm not
Right,
sure
but
if that covers
that's still for the
individuals.
CE provider. not
Right,
for
I'm not,
individuals.
I don't know if that covers, I don't think it covers individuals. We need to
No.
make it cover
We
them.
need to add in here that, an individual licensee may apply for
Yeah.
approval of blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And they shouldn't have to submit. I mean, because they're not gonna have all the
Right.
stuff that the program provider would submit, right? They're not gonna have the CVs of the instructors and stuff like that.
Right,
So like, really, all they should probably submit is like a schedule of the course, right? Like an hourly breakdown of what was done in the course or something like that. Because that's something that when you sign up for a class, you get given a schedule of like, it's
right,
gonna be these topics from 9 to 10 and this from 10 to 11 and whatever.
right.
And that should be enough to approve it, right?
I think so. So so is that,
You could add that on after C. The board may approve at its discretion and then say doctor or would need to provide the class schedule, yada, yada, yada.
Well, or do they need to provide the official class schedule, or can they provide a description of what was covered in the course? Or, you know what I mean? Could they just write a letter saying I took a course that was 8 hours and it covered this, 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 and this?
Is that fine? Can any, are you guys, is that like trustworthy enough? Can any doctor just
Well-
like write something and be like, I took a 5-hour course in this?
Well,
And
no,
you
but
guys-
then they would still have a certificate of completion as their proof of attendance. But just a letter to describe the course to the board, so the board can say, yes, that's an okay course.
Okay, so they'll still need a certificate of completion.
Yeah, and I think
Later,
that,
it says in 1676-42, it's all this information about the certificate of attendance. They would still need that to prove that they went to the course.
I don't think it's outrageous to require that they submit an outline of the course that they took. Because they usually, when you sign up, you get one, right? When you take the course, don't you?
Usually, but I mean, it depends on the course, right? So I'm saying, like, what if they didn't get one? Can they write up something? Is that
Yeah,
acceptable?
and maybe online courses don't do that sometimes. Okay, we need to figure out a way to, how do we include licensees taking courses that aren't approved and they're applying for approval? How do we,
So-
Andrew,
And then
that's
you
an
would
Andrew
need,
language thing.
Yeah,
and the
so
proof.
one of
proof
you,
of
I would
that-
I'll suggest that one of you come up with the language that you guys would want to have the procedure for an individual to get licensed. And if it's only like a description, like a written signed description, then, write that in. And then, we'll take a look at it. I mean, obviously you can send it to me prior to the next meeting, but I would like someone, a board member I think Rachel has been taking the lion's share of doing all these revisions. So I don't know if Rachel wants to take a stab at it and then send it to
Sure.
me.
Sure.
Okay, great. And then maybe you can take a stab at it and then send it to me and then I'll review it. And we can have it for discussion at the next board meeting.
Maybe
Okay.
you could have a portion where you have to submit what the class is about, and then after you would have to submit a certificate of completion within so many days of the class or something.
Right.
Well, no, at the end of the renewal period, like when you're submitting all of your CEs, you're submitting
Oh,
all
right,
of
right.
the certificates of attendance. So that so you'd still have to have the certificate of attendance, but it wouldn't be part of the course getting approved, because it's not part of the course getting approved when it's getting approved as a whole either.
Yeah, I think the big question for me is like, is the board comfortable with approving a course that's just coming from the word of mouth of the applicant without
No.
any external verification?
I wouldn't be. I would think you'd get the certificate of completion, and then I think it should almost include a course outline or something that identifies what you took.
Because Rachel's
I mean,
right, you still need the CE to get the renewal, but the problem is the CE certificate doesn't have a description of the course. So the
Right.
description is literally only coming from the signed statement, if that's what you're saying.
Right. I mean, they have to provide some kind of outline. The question is,
Right.
can it be an outline they made
April.
based on what they took?
I
Or
don't
does it
know.
need to be the official outline that comes from the course provider? And I mean, the thing is, these will be at our discretion. And so if there's one that there's not enough information, we can always go and get more information on it.
Yeah, so you would
Question
add that to the
information.
rule that, the board has the authority to ask for more information to ensure that it meets the requirements of blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we can just say a course outline, and that can leave the door open for them to create a letter with
Maybe you
an
could say
outline.
course outline or other documentary evidence satisfactory to the board that meets the requirements of blah, 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 something like that.
Okay. Okay.
But I mean, Rachel, you can maybe attempt to come up with that and then I'll help you with
Okay.
fine tuning it. Yeah.
Sure. But I think if we can get that part right, then that alleviates a lot of the list needing to be more extensive.
And then D, we can probably add, the 90 days after, you can add the requirements I mean, add the individual application for the CEs to the 90 days as well for D.
Okay, so Rachel graciously volunteered to
Andrew volunteered me.
yeah,
Paul told me.
Andrew's really good at that.
And also, I just wanted one more thing for B. It says sponsors shall submit the following. This following is in addition to the sponsor agreement, right? So maybe sponsors shall also submit the following, right?
Okay.
Is that right? Because I think it says B, it says they need to submit a sponsor agreement, all documentary information required of the boards. Maybe you can write, in addition to the sponsor agreement, sponsors shall submit the following. Yeah, maybe that makes more sense. In addition to the program sponsor agreement, sponsors shall submit the following.
Sounds like you're volunteering to change that language, Mr. Andrew.
Yeah, let's do that, and then we can talk about it more at the next meeting.
Okay. Well, we're getting there, you guys. Okay, where are we at now? No, it's noon your time, and I know these things are like 2 hours or something like that. I don't know how much more do we got on this thing. Oh yeah, got a bunch more. Oh, not
Well,
that
we're not
much.
gonna finish it today, obviously, because we have to go work on language and do homework again.
Okay.
So maybe we can just
Call it from
continue to
there.
work on it between
Sure.
here and there.
And thank you for being gracious on your requirements on automatic approvals.
Well,
That's been helpful.
I don't like it.
I know you
but-
do.
But I
No,
do think that if we can fix this other stuff and make it easier for people to apply,
Absolutely.
then it's reasonable. The issue is it's so hard for people to apply at this point
Right.
for individual that's my that's my
Especially
problem
after the
with it.
fact. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm hearing is we should just call it a day and then go the rest next time and with this new stuff, and God, we might even be close.
Highlighted that this
We
was added.
actually got a lot of things done today.
So is that okay to kind of call it leave off where we're left off at this thing that Rachel's gonna work on?
Sure.
And then and then hopefully we can get an agreement next meeting and then it's a matter of putting it through to official channels, I guess.
Yeah, actually, I don't see too many more places where you've kind of marked the things up, except the one area on 76-27, and then there's just a little bit in 76-29. Are those ones pretty much written the way you want it to be written? Because after that, there's really not.
Well, we kind of skipped over the educational assignments part,
I
so
see.
we
I
need to
see.
go back to
Okay.
that.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, we're
I
getting there.
understand.
The biggest contention was the other stuff but
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
you're right. There's not much left really. Once we can get that, as long as, like Rachel says, a licensee has a remedy to get credit for credits they took, legitimate credits after the fact.
Mhm.
That would be a huge thing.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Let's see.
Awesome.
Okay, where are we? Let's see. We're at next. So we're okay. We're gonna table the rest of that, and then next board meeting is November 12th. King Kalakaua. Hopefully. Hope shouldn't be involved, but I think it is.
Pray for PVL.
Ay, ay, ay. What, okay, so is that it? Are we done? Andrew's done.
You may call the meeting to.
It's lunch.
Adjourn. You gotta.
Okay, so we're adjourning. All right, thank you, guys.
Thank
Oh,
you.
no, wait,
Oh, oh.
1 minute.
Yeah.
The next meeting is on November 12th, and that won't work because the
Part
National
4.
Course 4 has been moved up 1 week. So I'm going to attend in Atlanta, so I won't be here. So
Well,
we
if
will
it's
have to
virtual, could you do it, virtually though? If it was virtual?
It would be about 4 in the afternoon. You're in the East Coast.
What day
Yeah.
is the next meeting?
The 12th.
November 12th, Wednesday.
I guess I could. I give via my phone. Yeah, I guess I could.
Oh,
Unless we
that-
change it to the 5th. I'm leaving on the 6th.
right. I also have to go to part
You
4.
have to leave, right? Well, are you going to California?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Right.
So the 12th is the Wednesday after the
So
national
so
board?
the 12th is what we have planned right now. So we could, if we could move it up to the 5th.
We gotta check with conference room availability and step availability too. So why don't I come back to you with a.
Okay. But if not, I mean, I can do it. What time would that be? Yeah, I mean, I could do it on my phone if I can figure that
I
out.
will
Yeah.
get back to you. Okay.
So,
Okay.
so you guys, the national board is the
Yeah,
7th,
they
8th, and 9th?
yeah, they moved it
The
up
10th?
a week. Yeah.
So,
Normally
okay.
it's the second week, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
okay, so
you.
we're all done. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you
Thank
next time.
you.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Andrew, so